to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about hair extensions. I'm just going to be talking generally about them. I'm just going to talk about some care tips, styling tips, and just general information about what you want to kind of figure out before you buy a set of hair extensions or clip-in hair extensions. So let's jump right in because this video is probably going to be extremely long anyway. So the first thing that you want to decide is what you want to achieve with your hair extensions, whether you want length or volume, length and volume. And that's how you would probably figure out how many inches you want or how many grams of hair you want to purchase. So the thicker the hair, the more grams you want. So if your hair is on the thicker side, your hair texture is a little coarse or it's a little thicker, you definitely want to go for a lot of grams. The companies that I know, they have a 120, 160, 220, 260. That's kind of the general amount that they sell. So you kind of want to go for something like 220 or 260. That's going to be more hair. It's going to be easier for you to blend the clip-in hair extensions into your hair. Now, if your hair is on the thinner side, you could definitely get away with 120 grams, maybe 160 grams. The set that I am wearing right now is a 160 gram set, and this is from Luxy Hair. That's the first set that I did own. It was a 160 gram set by Luxy Hair, and it was in the color Off Black, and it was wonderful. But at the time, they didn't have anything else. They didn't have a bigger set that they sold. Now there's definitely more options out there for you to get your hair extensions, so that's why you kind of want to have a good idea of what you want to achieve before you invest your money and get something that you're not completely pleased with. So definitely know that if your hair is thicker, you are going to have to invest a little more money because you're going to need more hair so that the hair extensions look natural with your own hair. You definitely don't want your hair to be thick and kind of end right here, and you can definitely see where your hair extensions are thinner and sparse at the bottom. I've definitely seen that when I've been out, and it's not cute. So you definitely want to go for a lot of hair if your hair is thicker. And yeah, the two companies that I have had an personal experience with have been Luxy Hair and Clip Fancy. I have owned 3 different sets from Luxy Hair, and I have no complaints about any of them. My first set did melt a little bit when I straightened it, but it was kind of a protective coating that they put on the hair back then that made the hair extensions kind of melt when you straighten them that first time. But that has never happened with any of my last 2 sets from them. And my Clip Fancy hair extensions, which are right here, are thebomb.com. These hair extensions are definitely more on the pricey side, but they are totally worth your money. They are super soft and they have really good quality hair. These are custom made hair extensions, so you have to wait a little bit for them to get to you. But this is 300 grams of hair, and it was custom colored for me. This ombre kind of situation. My hair used to be this light brown color, so they did blend so beautifully with my hair. And yeah, so Luxy Hair is a little bit more affordable. There are 2 other hair companies that I feel are really popular, at least in my world. One of them is Bellamy, and I feel like everybody and their mom is wearing Bellamy right now. I have not tried Bellamy yet. I have gotten a lot of wear out of my current hair extensions, so I haven't had the need to purchase a set from them. But they do look like they are interesting hair extensions. They have so many like categories and grams and lengths and colors over there. They have like purple ombre right now going on, and they have the teal Kylie Jenner couture hair. Like they have so many things going on over there, but I have not personally tried them. But that is a company that does ship out hair really quickly, so if you want your hair extensions right away, that is another company that you can try. Luxy Hair does that too. They ship from the US, so they will get to you super quick, and they do ship internationally, and their international mail is quick. I'm talking about Luxy Hair. I have no idea about Bellamy. Now, all those 3 companies that I've just talked about are based in the US. Luxy Hair, Clip Fancy, and Bellamy. They all ship from here. They do ship internationally, and at least Luxy Hair has free shipping, even if it's international shipping. I'm not sure about Bellamy though, and I know Clip Fancy you have to pay for your shipping. They don't offer free shipping. But there is a company that is based in the UK, in Europe, and that is Foxy Locks Hair Extensions, and they, like I said, I have never owned a set by them, but I have seen her channel, and those hair extensions look beautiful. They blend so well with her blonde hair, and that is super hard because blonde hair extensions are a nightmare. They're always too ashy or too orange, and they don't blend well with blonde. but hers look amazing. And if you're blonde, I would definitely recommend you check out her channel and her hair extensions because they do look like a blonde girl's dream. And the good thing about that company is that if you are in that side of the world, you're in Europe, that you're gonna get your hair quicker because it's, like I said, closer to your side of the world. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is color matching your hair extensions to your own hair. You definitely want to make sure that you're really thorough when you're picking your hair color, because you don't want to have the hassle of having to return them once you get them, etc. So you want to make sure that you kind of go on their site, really look at the pictures, and kind of decide what color will work for your hair. I think most companies now have like a video so you can see kind of like the dimension in the hair extensions and what color they give off on camera, so you can kind of have a better idea of what to decide on. You just kind of want to pick like a general situation of your hair color. It doesn't have to be exact, because I've found with the hair extension companies like this, the hair extensions aren't one flat color. They're kind of multi-dimensional, so when you clip them into your hair, they do blend super nicely, and I don't know what it is that they do with their hair, but it is wonderful. And you don't have to be super exact with what you want. Now, if you're super picky and you really want to get something that you know is going to be like exactly your hair, you definitely want to contact that company that you're going to purchase your hair from. Just send them an email, attach a picture of your hair, and be like, hey, I need help matching my hair with your hair extensions, and they'll definitely help you out. So if you think that your hair extensions might be a little too dark for you, definitely go lighter. It is always easier to darken up hair extensions than to lighten them, because bleaching them or lightening them is going to damage them, and this hair has already been processed to be the hair color that you are getting when you receive them. So you definitely want to make sure that if you think that it might be too dark or they're not like your exact color, then maybe get like a hair extension set that is lighter, and that way you can darken them. It's definitely way easier to darken up hair extensions than to lighten them. Trust me. So if your hair is short and you kind of are having trouble blending your hair extensions into your hair, you definitely want to go in and get a haircut. So if you might want to go into a professional, a salon, and they'll cut it for you and make it blend into your hair. Now, if you want to be more daring or you want to save the money, then definitely do it at home, but be super careful. You don't want to mess up your $200 hair extensions. So the most important thing is you want to make sure that you're using heat protectant on your hair extensions every time you are styling them, curling them, straightening them, whatever you're doing to them. You want to make sure that you're using some kind of product to protect them from that heat like you would your normal hair. This hair is not attached to your head, so it's not getting any nourishment or any, nurture from anything. So you want to make sure that you use something like this to kind of help it stay healthy. This is Treseme's Heat Tamer Leave-In Spray, and this is just what I've been using for a really, really long time. So this works well. You just want to make sure that you're using some kind of heat protectant before you apply heat to it. That's going to help them last you a little bit longer. When you feel like your hair extensions are getting a little dry and the ends are looking kind of bad, you can also run some kind of macadamia oil, argan oil, or almond oil on the ends. Just kind of put some in your hand, heat it up, and just run it through the ends of your hair, and that's really going to help to bring back some shine and movement to your hair extensions. Because like I said, they're not attached to your head, so they're not getting any nourishment from anywhere. So you kind of have to help them out a little bit, put some oil on them, and it's definitely going to help them. Use it on the ends, more midst to ends, because you don't want to apply it on the top because it's gonna collect on the wefts, so don't do that. So you don't want to wash your hair extensions too often, because you're really gonna kill the longevity of your hair extensions if you do that. So you definitely want to kind of wash them every time you feel like they smell kind of weird. Maybe you went somewhere and it was smoky and they smell bad, then you might want to wash them. Or if you feel like they're getting weighed down and they have a lot of product to build up, then that's when you kind of want to give them a good wash and condition them. If they start to feel like overly dry and you feel like applying oil on the ends is not really working, then you really want to go in, wash them, and really deep condition them and make them shiny and kind of as healthy as you can again. And that is something that you do want to do. Every time you wash them, you want to deep condition them, put like some really good mask on it and let it sit there for a couple hours, maybe even overnight if you have the chance to, because it's going to help kind of restore that hair and keep it shiny and healthy. I do use the macadamia deep repair mask on them because I feel like that's the best hair mask out there, and that is what I use on my own hair. So I just apply it generously on the hair extensions and let them sit there for as long as I can. I also try to avoid using a lot of hairspray or kind of products that contain alcohol on my hair extensions. I do use some hairspray. I kind of hold up my hair when I curl it and spray it a little bit, but it's not something too crazy. I kind of use little amounts of it, so it's not gonna overly dry my hair or my hair extensions. So try to avoid flat ironing your hair extensions. If you're somebody that wears your hair straight most of the time, then definitely keep your hair extensions straight as much as you can. You don't want to curl them, straighten them too much. You're definitely killing the longevity of your hair extensions like that, and they're not gonna last you a really long time, and they're gonna fry up and look like crazy, and you're going to blame the hair company for something that you are doing to your hair extensions yourself. So when you wash your hair extensions, you don't want to blow dry them. You definitely want to hang them up and let them air dry. That is going to make your hair extensions last you longer. My other set of my Luxie hair I just recently washed, so I kind of clip them up on hangers like this and let them air dry in my bathroom. And I know that it looks bizarre, but this is definitely going to help with your hair extensions lasting you a longer time. You don't want to blow dry them every time you wash them. You definitely don't want to do that because it's going to dry up your hair extensions. Those particular Luxie hair extensions are a little bit more wavy than this set. This set is definitely super straight, so I don't have the need to straighten these before I curl them. That set particularly, I do have to kind of run a straightener through it before I curl it because it is a little bit more wavy. I guess it depends on whose head they cut it from. You want to try and use good hair products on your hair extensions just like you would on your natural hair. You just want to make sure that you're giving them the best care that you can so they do last you longer. I know I keep saying that, last you longer or whatever, but that is definitely what you want to do. You want to kind of protect your investment. I have done all the above that I'm telling you right now, and this particular set that I have right now, I have dyed 3 different times. One of them was bleach, and these have held up so well. Same thing with my other Luxie set. It was like bleach blonde. I dyed them red like 3 times to match them to that red hair that I did have, and then I dyed them brown. So I've dyed those 4 or 5 times, and they're definitely held up so well because I do use all these steps that I'm telling you right now on a regular basis, and that helps my hair extensions last me longer. If you take good care of them, they really are gonna last you a long time. Some companies say that their hair extensions should last you 3 to 6 months, but that is definitely not the case for me. These extensions I've had for like 2.5 years, and those I've had for a year. So they're definitely gonna last you longer if you take good care of them. That's the trick on clip-ins. If you want to protect your investment, you have to be careful with it. And one last thing that I wanted to mention is to kind of make sure that you're storing them properly. Some hair extension companies now send out these kind of boxes. You kind of roll them up and put them in here and put them in your drawer, and they're kind of not getting shoved into anything, and they keeps them nice and neat. This is the Clip Fancy box that they brought, and my Luxie set, my last one that I got, came in a box like this, so it's definitely handy to kind of roll them up and just put them in the box and store them away. If you don't have any of that, you can kind of get a shoe box and put them in the shoe box, or get a little tiny box that you can kind of put them in there, and that's going to help you protect your hair extensions from getting damaged from being in a loose drawer or in a box or a bag or something. Make sure that you brush them out before you put them away, and then before you put them on your head, you brush them out as well. And yeah. So if it's the first time that you're wearing clip-in hair extensions and you're not really sure how to clip them in, or you're not too comfortable with it yet, you definitely do want to practice a couple times before you wear them out in public, because that would be really embarrassing. You don't want to go anywhere unless you know that it's not going to come out or it's not showing, because that's another situation. You can kind of tell if somebody clips in their hair extensions badly. You can clearly see wefts somewhere around their head. So you want to make sure that you did a proper job. So if you're a rookie, you're not sure what you're doing yet, practice it a couple times, look in a mirror, kind of see the back and all around your head, and make sure that you kind of get the hang of it before you go out. I know it sounds kind of annoying, but it will save you some, you know, embarrassing situations in your life. If your hair is thinner, you want to kind of tease the roots of your hair before you clip in your hair extensions, or Let me show you really quickly. So this is a clip. What you can kind of do is kind of push it up against your head like so, and kind of circle like this, and then clip in your hair extension, and that would kind of give it something to grab onto. So your hair extension is really not going to slip out or go anywhere, and that's really helpful for people that have like thinner hair. Particularly my hair is of thicker texture, and I've never had any problems with it sliding out of my head. If you have a thinner texture to your hair, definitely do something like that, or tease your roots with a teasing brush and then clip your hair extensions in, because that way it's not going to slide out anywhere. If your hair is thinner also, you don't want to clip them too close to the top of your head, because since your hair is thinner, your wefts are going to show easier. So you want to kind of keep them from here down. That way the top of your hair is really going to cover all the wefts that are down here. And you do that when your hair is thinner. Particularly, I can clip my hair extensions all the way up to here, and my hair does cover it because I do have a lot of it and it's pretty thick. I want to kind of keep in mind that everybody's head is different, so the way that I clip in my hair extensions might not work for you. I feel like the way that I clip my hair extensions is kind of like the standard way, and it does fit most heads. You can kind of play around with how you clip in your hair extensions. Everybody's head is different, like I said, so find whatever works for you. So if you're going somewhere and it's going to be really hot out, you want to make sure that you take some sort of brush like this to kind of brush out the back of your head. Hair extensions can knot easier when it's hot out, so you definitely want to take a brush and kind of brush out the back of your head regularly so they don't get too matted back here. You don't have to get home and kind of like rip them out of your head. So kind of take a brush, maybe not this size brush, but you know, kind of those like little purse size brushes, and put them in your purse, and that way you can kind of brush out your hair from time to time. Do like a touch up in the bathroom and kind of brush out the back of your head particularly, because that way it's going to keep it fresh and you don't have this like rat's nest when you come home at night. Because I've had situations where I've gone out for like a picnic, a barbecue or whatever, and I've clipped in my hair and it's gotten really knotty back here, because that's just what natural hair does too. So your hair extensions is more hair, it's gonna be more knotty. So if you're having a really tough time blending your hair extensions with your natural hair, definitely curl it instead of straightening it. Curling your hair kind of mixes it better with your hair extensions, and it's going to look way more natural. So definitely give that a try if your hair is shorter or thinner and you can kind of see where your hair extensions stop and start, then definitely do that. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think I've given you all my knowledge, and I have a killer headache, so I'm gonna go take a pill and lay down because I feel like crap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and let me know what you thought of it. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.